Right. Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, everyone? It is D down here. We are back on Oakland A's franchise, and we had a little bit of a downturn. If we take a look here, the month of July was not kind to us. We did have a good draft. We did have some all stars at all levels of the organization, AA, AAA, and MLB. Uh, but we lost a lot of games. We were under 500 for the month of July. We coming into the month, we were in first place in the division, and now we are in third. We are 3.5 games behind the Rangers for first, and if we check the standings, we are 3.5. No, we're still good for the wild card. We're still not with the wild card, but 3.5 games out of first. And after being number one in the league, which we still are for hits, runs, home runs, slugging percentage, batting average, all of the offensive stats, our pitching is still mediocre. If we go to our rotation, Julio Urias is heating up, but he's down from over a 4 ERA to just under a 4 ERA. That's not fantastic. Trevor Rogers having a pretty good season, actually, all in all. Kind of making a recovery, but he's cold right now. Tristan McKenzie. We made the flip for him and Tyler Wells because Tyler Wells started slacking. Still 4.5 ERA. Mason Miller. One thing you do notice about all these guys is that their whips are actually kind of low, like a 1.27, 1.3, 1.28. Even for Stuart Orr, a 1.14 whip. That's really low. That is really low. I think the problem and why our ERAs are so inflated is because we play in a very hitter-friendly stadium. And so I just want to, if we check our standings real quick. All right, at home we are 29 and 27, and away we are 32 and 25. So, not a huge swing, only a 3-game differential, but still, you can kind of see there is a little bit of disparity there. We do lose more games at home than we do away. I think a lot of that has to do with our stadium. So, when we're looking at pitchers in the future, one thing we really need to pay attention to is that home run per 9 rating. Now, it's also curious because you look at Stuart Orr, who has our lowest ERA and our lowest WHIP. He doesn't walk guys, and his home run rating's only a 59. But if he's not walking people, if he's not giving up hits, then he means if he is giving up home runs, they're solo shots, which aren't going to kill you. So, we really need to buckle down and have some really good pitching in these last couple months if we want to come out with a win in the division. Luther Hanna has been miraculous so far. He was in the middle relief role, made it through like the first half of the season, only I think pitching 3 or 4 innings. So we moved him to a closer spot. He has 23 strikeouts in 12 innings, a 0 ERA, and a .25 WHIP. Absolutely filthy stuff from Luther Hanna. Could be our closer of the future, and we still have him locked down for 5 years at $2 million. So that's a win. Just kind of recap of the draft. I thought we had a really good draft. Our first 3 picks are like a B plus and A. Potential players. No one is close to MLB ready. Everyone is in the 50s overall. Armando Caveda is closest at a 58 overall. But this is going to give us a lot of future depth, future starters, and all in all, feeling pretty good about it. It doesn't say it on here, but William Lean, shortstop we took, he plays like 7 different positions or something like that. So he's a guy that could make a big impact and be like a phenomenal, versatile player for us. So I feel pretty good about the draft. We got exactly what we wanted. We got some depth and some future starters. But now we really need to buckle down. We have 2 months left in the season, and I don't think we're going to have a problem hitting a wild card spot. But I I would love to win first place in the division for once. I can't remember, even in real life, the last time the A's won the division. So that's our goal here. That's what we're striving for. We're striving for greatness. So let's hop into it. Okay, so we need to play one interdivision, one outer division game. I feel like we haven't played Milwaukee. We also haven't played Washington that much. And interdivision, we have Houston and Seattle. So I feel like, given that Houston's above us, I feel like we have to play Houston. We will play them in Houston, which means we need to pick an outer division game at home. And I think it's going to be Milwaukee. We haven't played Milwaukee much in this series. So I want to hop in there. And with that, let's go ahead and get to it. We will sim to our Houston series. Let's see how we do. All right, so Mario Orozco no longer injured. Lazaro Armenteros no longer injured. Good to have some AAA players back. Dylan Carlson sustained an injury, but he's just out for a few days, so we'll keep him active. Anthony Matsui, our AAA phenom, or at least having a great year, reinstated, but he's still injured for a few days. We'll go ahead and activate him. Okay, so I can finally. Okay, so I just want to head up to the lineups real quick. All right, so Armenteros is back in. And then we also wanted to look at the pitching rotation. Orozco's back in. Matsui, look at that, 2.87 ERA, 1.25 WHIP. Phenomenal year from him. And he's still out for 1 to 6 more days. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so anyway, we can get back to simming to our Houston series. All right, and now we got to send someone down from the AAA roster. Okay. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, he's having a real tough year. Why don't we send him down to AA? I feel like that makes sense. Let's go to the pitching rotation then to AA. I mean, he's fine in a long relief role. Anyone's doing terrible? He's doing awful. Let's swap those two. Okay. Got to make sure we do it, because if the computer does it, it's usually really bad. Dylan Carlson's back. All right, so he's down the lineup versus righties. I thought we switched him for Lawrence Butler or something, because he's only hitting 248. All right, let's do that. All right, we'll throw Lawrence Butler in at center field versus righties. He's having a pretty good year. And then versus lefties, we want Carlson in there. I don't know if I want him hitting in the 5 spot, but I guess given Rosario and Verdugo leading the league in hits, I guess that makes sense. Okay. One thing I'm also really excited about for our draft. Ooh, now we could, since Barker is doing so well, one thing we could do is move Ahmed Rosario to the outfield and move Barker in at shortstop. That could be a move. Who's in right field? Verdugo? He would be... Okay, I'm going to make just a quick edit here because it's kind of stupid that it says that he can only play right field. Let's put him infield. What are my options here? Wow. Okay. So still the same second. Okay, that works. Because it's kind of stupid that like he can't play. He can play right field, but he just can't move over to center field. It's just not realistic. Okay, so let's do that. Ahmed Rosario out to center. Barger in at short versus righties. Then versus lefties. Carlson out at center. Rosario stay at short. Okay. Feel pretty good about that. A little bit of a shakeup. Not a huge one, but a little bit. All right, let's make sure Anthony Matsui's in the pitching rotation. He is. Okay. All right, so not off to a great start in August. We're 4-3. Now, who do we want to pitch with? Actually, I feel like we actually haven't pitched with Arias all that much, so let's hop into a game with Arias. Lose our first game. All right. This like 500 baseball and like looks like Stuart Orr got absolutely beat up. He's now up over a 4 ERA. It's good to see that we have some pitchers that have, quote unquote on fire. Feel good about that. I don't think we need to rest anyone. So we're going to hop in here. Of course, the Houston Astros still potent as ever. Still fielding the same players they were at the beginning of the series. So if we could at least win 2 out of 3 versus Houston, I think that would be a really, really good thing for us. I mean, I think that goes without saying. Division rival. You want to win those games. All right, who are we facing on the mound? Lance McCullers Jr., the 6'1" righty, not having an exceptional year, a 4.6 ERA, 120 strikeouts. Doesn't tell us how many innings. Winning record. I mean, not a bad year. Not a bad year. Feel pretty good about that. Looks like he might walk us quite a bit, so we got to make sure that we're going deep into counts, trying to work some walks if we can. And with that in mind, let's hop into it. Nice. We get an absolute cookie down the middle. We rip it, goes right to an infielder. All right, Ahmed, what do you got, brother? Pretty good slider to take a rip at, but really trying to hunt a fastball up.
2-1.
He only has a sinker.
No.
But we're starting to see that walk per 9 rating kind of showing itself here. And Ahmed Rosario draws a 5-pitch walk. We will take that. Got Gelly, the Gelly Bean.
That's a ball.
Okay, we get a generous call there. I'd rather they not be right 100% of the time, even if it doesn't go our way, but it is what it is. Good knuckle curve. Thought that was going to be a lot higher than it was, but Geloff gives this one a good ride out to center. I think that's going to be caught, and it is. Maybe just a bit under that. Pretty good rip at a cutter. Not too far off. And now Soler. Ooh, a little dribbler down the third base line. Soler is not young. Does he have the legs to leg it out? He does not. Going to ground out to end the inning. And now Julio Arias going lefty-lefty versus Tucker. Starts with a fastball like right down the middle. Not ideal. And both leadoff batters start the same way. With a hot shot down the third base line. Both third basemen take care of it with ease.
1 ball, 1 strike. Too high.
I mean, that wasn't too high, but okay, Mr. Umpire.
Ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Full count.
I think we're going to challenge him with a fastball up and in. We get the swing and the miss. Strikeout number 1 for Julio Urias. Good start on the mound. Kind of crazy that they go their first 3 batters all lefties. I mean, Yordan Alvarez, you got to have him at third, right? And he strikes out swinging. Good first inning from Arias, striking out 2 of his first 3 batters in relatively quick succession, which we like to see.
Ball. 1-0.
I'm not sure if we have even seen a sinker yet.
Ball 2.
The sinker and the cutter are the only fastball pitches he has. But Torkelson's going to slap this one right up the middle. Shortstop can't get to it. It's going to be a leadoff single. Not the hardest hit ball, only 87 off the bat, but definitely not bad. A hit's a hit. All right. We know Sethi has seen his fair share. Wow, Mr. Umpire, that is not your greatest call. And back to what I was saying, we know Sethi has seen his fair share of Houston over the years.
He's out.
Grounds into a double play. Pretty good rip of the ball, just, right at a defender.
Ball. 1 ball, no
I think
strike.
all in all, our at-bats have been pretty good here early on.
1-1.
Taking some strikes to kind of go deeper into the counts. Work that pitch count a little bit.
3-1.
Drawn 1 walk so far. Looking at maybe a second.
Ball 4.
There we go. Barger draws a walk. Curtis Mead up. Mead's been a little disappointing this year. I think we've mentioned it a few times, but, after batting at or close to 300 last year in his 2 to 3 months of work when Geloff was out, and then batting over 400 in the playoffs, he has not been as productive here as an everyday starter, taking over for Matt Chapman at third. But a good single there advances the runner. And now we got Sodi. Let's see if he can put on a show.
Ball outside.
Batting 271, which I'm pretty sure is a career high. Starting to develop some pop in his bat too.
Ball 2. 2 balls, no strike.
Someone we wanted to kind of come along a lot quicker like Geloff, but has still been productive. He's been consistently productive. Oh my God, why are we running on that? And he misses the tag?
Now batting.
Wow.
Right fielder, Alex.
Really wanted to see the replay of that. But I guess he missed the tag. He reached out, just wasn't there. Kind of surprising. Thought for sure he was going to be out by a mile, but
Ball. No.
close play at home. And works out in our favor. Good base running, I guess. Verdugo's going to slice this one right back up the middle. We do send the runner home. And we got a little bit of small ball going. All singles and a walk. Scratched across a couple runs. A little two-out rally going.
1-0.
Starting to really work McCullers now at 30 pitches. Now 1 2/3 inning. Let's see if we can keep the train going with Rosario. Even pitches, 11 strikes, 11 balls so far for Lance McCullers. Couldn't hold back on the slider very early on that. Let's see what pitch number 6 in this at-bat brings. Slider that Rosario fights off foul. Given the umpire, that could have been a 50-50 strike 3 or ball 3. We're not quite sure. But he reaches out, gets that slider out into right field. Single for Rosario and an RBI.
Now batting. Second.
Runner goes first to third. Now 3 runs in the second, all on 2 outs. With Geloff on. Oh, and he's under it. I thought he saw that well and put a good swing on it. He must have been just under it. But still a good productive inning for the A's. We put up 3. Now we see if Julio Reyes can continue to shut down this Houston lineup. Got the short keen Jose Altuve. I think Rosario out in center is a really good move for us. One thing we really, really needed was speed in the outfield.
No ball.
We saw quite a few instances versus the Rangers where we got kind of pummeled. We got beat up a little bit.
No.
The score was
1 ball. 2
the
strikes.
score was not probably representative of how the game actually went.
The shortstop, Jeremy.
It was just one of those games where they had a couple innings where just everything fell for them. Bloopers, shots down the line, so on and so forth.
You're out.
All of them right into some sort of gap. They end up winning, I think, by 5. And it was a tough outing. But one thing we saw was that our outfielders had a real tough time lugging out some of those hits. Some of those hits could have been outs with a faster outfielder. So having Rosario out there with his
That's an out.
88 speed, I think he has,
Now
I think it's going to be a big upside for us.
Spencer Torkelson.
It's also something that we got in the draft, some outfielders with some speed and some good defense. They have a long way to go with their bats. A long, long way to go with their bats. But
No, inside.
But, you know, you never know how someone's going to develop. They could turn out to absolutely crush the baseball. You never know. Torkelson's gonna hit an infield fly, snagged by the catcher. Just under that slider.
1-0.
Ooh, Brown has to duck out of the way of that one. It was right at his dick.
Ball 2.
Wow, we got a sword from Seth Brown there. Completely whiffing on the knuckle curve.
Ball. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hurt. Full count.
Seth Brown having to fight that one off, that circle change. Strike 3, gets under it, fly out. So, not productive really at all from the A's there, but still have a 3-run lead. Urias pitching very well.
Hurt ball.
Who's Jeter Downs? 28-year-old second baseman. Must have been a rookie. Must have been like 18 years old at the beginning of this series or something. Okay. Doesn't look like he's going to offer much trouble, but does hit a little dribbler. Urias is there. The flip to first is in time.
Batting 8.
Great defense there from Urias.
Connor. 1 ball. Ball. Hurt.
Finally get strike 1 from Urias. It goes down on the circle change. I think that's strikeout number 3, number 4. A lot of strikes, a lot of
2 strikes.
fastballs so far from Urias. Not utilizing that slurve as much.
Ball. No, that's it.
And another strikeout. Urias pitching a hell of a game so far. I think he's struck out 2 out of the 3 batters in 2 innings so far. Always feels good. McCullers giving up 3 in 3 innings.
Ball 1.
And pitch count starting to get up there a little bit. Uh-oh. Barger gets into this one. Oh, I thought it was a lot farther than what it actually turned out to be. Sounded really good off the bat. Just under the slider. Just under it.
No balls, 1 strike. 1-1.
Ooh, almost hit there. Curtis Mead has to kind of skinny himself out of the way.
2-1. Ball.
After strike 1 from a bad swing on Mead, we get 3 consecutive balls.
Ball 4.
There's ball number 4. McCullers just really struggling to find the strike zone today. I think the A's have taken some good rips, so I'm not too mad with the at-bats, but you know, maybe we just tell them hold the bat on their shoulder so you get to 2 strikes. Just kidding. That is not the A's way.
1 ball, 1 strike.
We see a good strike, we're going to swing at it most of the time. That was not a good one. Inning-ending double play. Hate to see it. Now at the top of the lineup with Kyle Tucker. The Arias changeup has been really good today. Feel really good about where that thing's ended up. Fastball's been on point. Just all in all, just really good. And Kyle Tucker goes down looking. I believe that is strikeout number 6 now for Arias.
Ball, no. Be right.
And he's also worked very quickly. Only 43 pitches. Got to be careful, though, with Alvarez. No ball is safe. Been doing a good job of pitching around him a bit. Pitching right on the black. No mistake pitches. That one leaks a little bit, but it's just going to be a lazy fly out to Verdugo. Makes a snag, and we are on to the 5th. Game progressing pretty quickly.
Ball, no. Ball.
And I really think a batting coach needs to just have a talk with our boys and just tell them don't swing until you get to 2 strikes. Seen a lot of balls, and some of them not even close. Those are the closest pitches we've seen, and also some of the first sinkers that we've seen. Certainly the first that we've seen, like, well in the zone. We've seen some sinkers below the zone, but good swing there from Verdugo, but it's a line out to right field. And it looks like McCullers has kind of gotten the hint that we're not swinging at all the breaking balls and off-speed pitches. Going sinker cutter, back-to-back fastball-esque pitches.
Ball. 1-2. 2-2.
But I would say McCullers probably not done a very good job of pitch mix today. And there we go. After 2 strikes to lead off, then throws 4 consecutive balls. It's another walk for the A's today.
He's going.
That's the ball. No, too late.
Easy steal for Rosario there, his 12th of the year. Takes the double play out, which is good because McCullers does tend to, his pitch mix does tend to lead to a lot of ground balls. Rosario does not go on that. Probably should have sent him. He's got good enough speed. I thought he was just going to run on his own, to be honest, but I guess coach didn't get the memo to send him. But still in scoring position. We know Soler has power. Not worried about that. Now Rosario running for third, and he is safe. Back-to-back steals for Rosario. Love to see that. And now pretty much anything hit into play is going to score.
2-2.
And that's not going to do it. Right to the shortstop. Throw is made. And A's go down, leaving a base runner stranded.
Leading up for the Astros, the designated hitter, Jose Altuve.
Oi. 0-1.
Rice, on the other hand, has been immaculate.
No ball. 2 strikes.
Challenging hitters. Throwing breaking balls for strikes. Oh, please do not land. And lots of strikeouts. He's got to be getting close to double digits now. Which, given that we're here in the 5th, is pretty incredible.
Ball down low. Foul ball.
I've also seen a lot of soft contact. Nothing really hit that hard. Good outing so far for Urias. Up maybe squeezing us a little bit. And now in danger of walking our first batter.
3 balls, 1 strike.
Urias has been good. I think we just keep challenging with the fastball.
Full count.
3 consecutive ones here. This one fouled off. Get an easy ground ball on the changeup in the full count, and we get out of the inning without a base runner allowed. I think so far we might be on a perfect game watch through 5 without a hit and without a walk. And now we are going to see Ryan Jefferson, young pitcher, only 25 years old, 6'4", 231, big guy, 70 overall. Does not look like he should be particularly challenging, but we will see. Similar to McCullers, only a cutter for any kind of fastball. He throws a slider up for a strike. Torkelson slaps this one out to right. I mean, some good swings taken, just not a whole lot of stuff landing besides that one inning where we were able to get a bunch of singles. Then Brownie under that cutter. I mean, after seeing nothing but 80 miles an hour from McCullers, who basically refused to throw fastballs. Now we're seeing a 93-mile-an-hour cutter. Might take a little bit for our boys to see the ball, but I have faith. And that's why Addison Barger. See ya. Home run number 11, 108 off the bat, 410 feet. Change-up left middle. Oh, that one gets by Mead, though. Maybe had a sip of Mead before the dugout. So A's score 1 off the relief pitcher. Good hit. Also just so happy to see Barger coming along. He was kind of a risky pickup in the offseason. We traded for him because we needed a solid shortstop. He looked good on paper, but not a lot of MLB experience. But he's been good for us.
Leading
He's
up
been good.
for the Astros, the second baseman, Jeter.
All right. Now Urias back to it. Oh, Torkelson ranging. Able to make the grab. That was a dangerous little blooper.
The catcher, Carter. Wong.
That's a strike. Ball.
Urias here at 66th pitch just there. Our favorite pitch coming up.
Ball.
Oh my God, phenomenal play from Torkelson. Let's look at the hops on that. Let's go over here. see it from his view. Maybe. There we go. Crack of the bat. Quick reaction time. The leap. Oh my God. If only I made YouTube thumbnails, this would be the one. Athletic play from the big guy at first. Gotta love it.
No, that's a ball. Ball 2. 2.
And Arias with another strikeout. That is now 6 perfect innings for Julio Arias. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but it's looking good so far. All right, let's see if the A's can give him a cushion. Soderstrom goes opposite field, high and deep, off the wall. It's going to be a stand-up double for Sodi. His good year continues. We've been waiting for the Soderstrom breakout. This could be it. This could be it. Maybe we're getting a little swing happy, knowing that we're maybe not facing an elite pitcher. And I'm not going to say we're hacking. We're not necessarily taking the worst swings, but we can't swing at every pitch in the strike zone. That cutter's kind of a weird one, the way it breaks.
1-0.
But at least he's throwing strikes. That's the one thing that McCullers was not doing that made it so easy for us, is we knew we could just leave the bat on the shoulder and probably eventually work a walk. But Jefferson, maybe not the best pitcher, but at least throwing competitive pitches. That one could have very easily been a strike.
Ball 4 outside.
So he does give up the walk, but that's really not the worst result because, you know, a inning double play is up. Would love to see Geloff just rocket one out in the left field, but he whiffs on the slider. Good timing. Not sure how we didn't foul that one off, but
Ball 1. 1-1.
I think if we get a cutter inside and we can get a little early on it, turn on it, and drive it,
2-1.
could be a dangerous hit. Instead, we go opposite field on a slider. Good batting from Geloff. Hangs back on it, slaps it opposite field. And now bases loaded for Jorge Soler. This could be huge.
Inside.
0 for 3 on the day. 24 home runs on the season. The 25th could be huge for us. And that is going to be an ending inning double play. Good rip at the baseball, but must have been just over the top. No runs scored with the bases loaded. That is tough. Arias now in his 7th inning of work.
One strike.
Back at the top of the lineup.
Out.
And Kyle Tucker is extinguished quickly.
Hee-haw.
Only 77 pitches so far. Soderstrom is able to snag that dribbler. I thought it maybe was foul, but I guess did manage to stay inside the line. Oh my God.
Now back.
The perfect game is over. On a routine ground ball, Alvarez slaps this one to third. Mead just, it goes, through his glove. MLB The Show hates me. And the perfect game is over. Unbelievable. I cannot express my frustration right now. I should be really mad, but I'm not, just because, you know, it's a video game and that doesn't really happen too often. Very unfortunate that it happened in these circumstances. But, like, what are you going to do? Still an unreal outing from Arias. I mean, now at least we can have a complete game no-hitter or a complete game shutout. That's still on the table, but incredibly frustrating. Now we face Ryan Stanek. I don't know. He's got good stuff, good velocity, good break, good control.
For the Astros, number 45.
Got a four-seamer up to 100, so we got to be ready for that. We haven't really seen a pitcher with, you know, elite velocity. Torkelson wasn't ready. He's under that one. I mean, I feel like he was looking in the right spot, and then he just dropped his bat a little bit.
1-0.
Seth Brown on an 8-game hit streak. Would love to keep that going. 0 for 3 today. A little late on that 100-mile-an-hour heater on the inside. Turns on that slider, but right to the second baseman.
The shortstop, Addison.
Now Barger 1 for 2 with a home run and a walk. Pretty good outing so far.
Ball. 1 ball, no strike. Ball 2.
Man, I think that's probably the closest I've ever come to pitching a perfect game. I don't think I've ever made it into the 8th perfect, but the fact that it ended with the ball like literally going through the third baseman's glove, like just kind of glitched, you know, it's tough.
The first baseman, Nick
But
Prado.
now we're pitching for a complete game shutout, and I don't think we're going to, you know, being at close to 90 pitches, not sure if we're going to get there. But I feel like
Ball
just
1.
challenging batters with mostly fastballs is probably going to be the way. Pitching those inside fastballs has been really effective so far. I feel like that's just what we keep doing. We've been getting some pretty good calls from the umpire too,
1-0. Ball.
although he misses 2 consecutive calls there, so that's tough. Good strike there. Okay. Gelof's able to grab that one. Maybe let's move him to third. No, don't need to be bitter. But never pitched a perfect game. And outside of that one hit, if we get to the 9th perfect, besides the one hit that was a glitch through the third baseman's glove, I'm going to be kind of a little bitter about it, not going to lie.
Ladies and gentlemen,
But we'll see.
attention, please.
All right, here in the 9th, facing Matt Strom, 35 years old, doesn't look particularly excellent. Astros do switch to a lefty. I know Matt Strom used to be very good, but now here in the game at 35, maybe has lost it a little bit. Certainly is regressing, but starts off with a nice fastball low. And gets some weak contact to start from Curtis Mead. Out number 1. Back-to-back ground balls to the shortstop.
Out of there.
And Strom is making quick work of the bottom of our lineup. Now we roll over to the top. We'll see what Alex Verdugo can do. Leads, I think, all of baseball in hits this year. Him and Ahmed Rosario right at the top there, both all-stars.
1 ball, 1 strike. Down, ball.
A lot more patient at bat here from Verdugo than his previous teammates. And that's going to work out pretty well. That one slices out into left center field. Verdugo makes it to second. I think a 4-run cushion is, puts us in a pretty good spot, but some good pitches to swing at and some good swings on them, but as is the case with a lot of baseballs, they just kind of find a glove. All right.
Leading up for the Astros, the catcher.
And now here we are in the bottom of the 9th. Arias at 100 pitches. His chance to get a complete game shutout. I think we'll give him a little bit of a leash, but it's obviously going to be pretty short. That was probably strike number 3 not called, but
2 balls, 2 strikes.
it is what it is. Torkelson with another fantastic defensive play.
Number 35.
We've seen great defensive efforts from him so far. We've seen him run down a difficult little blooper. Made a leaping grab on a rocket that was headed out to right field. And then a hot shot there down the line that he's able to snag. That's good defense from our first baseman.
Ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And even here at 110 pitches, we're not seeing Arias really lose much of his control.
Now batting, right fielder, Kyle.
Now it is up to Kyle Tucker. 0 for 3 on the day.
No ball.
Gets a pretty rough call there. But it's gone both ways on us. We've gotten some generous calls and some calls that probably should have been in our favor but weren't.
Ball.
Pitch number 116. Ooh, Tucker just manages to foul it off. Arias going to give him the heat up and in. And that is another strikeout. A complete game shutout from Julio Arias and only 1 hit away from a perfect game. That one hit coming from a ground ball that upon review went literally through the glove of the third baseman. Little MLB The Show glitch action. Heartbreaking. But still, a phenomenal effort. You can't discredit that. 9 innings, 1 hit, no walks, no earned runs, and 10 strikeouts on the day. That is what we needed to see, given that our rotation has been lackluster, to say the least. Maybe not lackluster, just really just mediocre. Middle of the road, I think we're like hovering around 15th, 17th in the league in pitching stats. So good to see a solid win there and to shut down Houston. I do want to take a look at this game because I think Stuart Orr must have gotten brutalized. 4 1/3, 7 hits and 5 earned. 4 walks, which is incredibly uncharacteristic of Orr, who was in the Cy Young conversation for a while. Unfortunate. All right, so we do end up losing the series to Houston. The next one losing 1-5. Sim to our Milwaukee series. We'll play them at home. That'll be our out-of-division game. Avar Almada sustained an injury, lower back, just out for a few days. We will keep him active. And Lazaro Armenteros injured again. He has been out pretty consistently, and we are flailing. We cannot win a series. We didn't win against the series against Arizona. We did win the series against the Angels, but lose the series to Houston and to Toronto. We are still third in the division, but now falling 5.5 games back from the Rangers. And okay, we're still at least in there for the wild card. We're not fighting for a wild card spot, but it's frustrating to say the least. All right. And let's see. Let's look at our rotation here. So we get to choose between Rogers or McKenzie. I don't think we've pitched with Trevor Rogers this year. He is a potential future ace. So let's hop in with him. He's having actually, I think he's probably statistically our best pitcher right now. We do win back-to-back games. So let's hop in here for our second game of the episode. See what we can do. All right. Looks like Geloff is going to need the day off. Man. If his numbers are around this season, by the end of the season, I may bump him up to an A potential. I think he's like an 88 potential player. We might bump that up to like 90, 91, just because like these are 90 overall numbers, like well deserved, especially if he breaks 30 home runs 3 years in a row. All right, so who is going to take his spot? Let's see, Meade plays second, but he also could use a break. All right, so I think we're going to put Barger in for Geloff. Let's move Rosario back to short. Carlson's going to come in. And then we just Torkelson might need a day off too. So let's put Noda in at first. Yeah. All right. So. All right. So Sethy Boy will be our cleanup hitter. Then Solaire, Noda, and the rest of that I think is fine. All right. And then tomorrow or soon, Mead will be able to get the day off. All right, let's hop in and see how we do.
Leading off tonight for Milwaukee, the second baseman, Bryce Terang.
Alrighty. Will we get another perfect game run? Probably not. But I think we will kind of take the same formula that we had with Arias. Throw some fastballs in on the hands. Throw sliders and changeups away. Or sliders in, depending on the batter, you know. Thought that said Andrew McCutchen. I was like, if Andrew McCutchen is still playing and is starting for a team, that would be outrageous here in 2027. If we keep throwing sliders like that, we're going to get bombed for sure.
Ball.
Okay.
1-1.
Hates us just a little bit. Not willing to give us that clear strike. Mead, redeem yourself.
He's out.
Good ground ball fielding from Mead there. Wish he would have done that last game, then we would have had a perfect game. I'm so bitter. All right, so we're facing off today against Brandon Bilek, 30-year-old righty. Not having a great year, almost a 5 ERA. Not striking out too many batters. All right, I like that. All right, come on, boys. Let's look for those heaters. Or swing at another slider. That works. Verdugo beats that one into the ground. And Rosario takes a pitch literally down the middle. Feels good. He was just feeling him out, I guess. I mean, if you look at those two first pitches, and it is 0-2 on the count.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Not ideal for one of our better hitters. But rips that one out into right field. Is going high. It is deep, and it is caught on the warning track
Batting third,
right at the wall.
Seth Brown.
With only 55 power, that is a good swing from Rosario.
1 ball,
Seth
no
Brown
strike.
tied for third in hits for the team. Kind of surprising. Not a high contact guy, but I mean, it's Seth Brown, and he has been kind of
Down, that's a ball.
our sneaky favorite player of this whole series. I mean, Giloff, we kind of expected to be good. Young guy, high potential, good bat to start with. Seth Brown's had to work his ass off. But Gold Glove winner, Silver Slugger, playoff MVP. I'm just saying, like, that's hard to do from someone who at the start of this franchise was, you know, a low to mid 70 overall player. And right now, Rogers is crushing it. A lot of fastballs so far, but been very effective. Not many strikeouts. Rosario with a really difficult throw. He's able to make it. Uh-oh. Curtis Mead felt something grab in his shoulder on that last play. He's going to need an MRI, and he's out for the rest of the game. And it's going to have to be Torkelson. He was supposed to have the day off.
Your attention, please.
But
now playing third base.
He's going to come in and play third for us.
Spencer Torkelson.
I mean, I saw, you know, Mead had kind of low durability, but
No ball, 2 strikes.
we needed to give Geloff the day off. Rogers does have a pretty nasty slider, but unable to get the swing there.
Full count.
Now a full count. We're going to challenge him with a fastball. And Rosario is there. Good defense from our infield so far.
Leading off for the A's, the designated hitter, Jorge Soler.
Outside, ball.
All right. Soler goes opposite field. This one runs all the way to the wall. Right fielder is able to get there quickly, so it is just a single. Of course, Soler not the fastest in the world either.
No, that's in.
Haven't seen Ryan Noda that much this year. Torkelson kind of took his place. But, you know, he was kind of like Seth Brown, a surprising player who really filled his starting role and did a really excellent job. But looking for someone who has a little bit more upside, but he's still a phenomenal bench bat. He's able to fill in at first and the outfield.
That's it out.
Did line out there, and then we ground into a double play. Need to be putting a little bit more patient at bats.
Ha! No, that missed. That's a ball.
Uh-oh. That slider leaked out to the middle of the plate. Hard hit by Jefferson
The shortstop,
Caro.
Eric Brown Jr.
Oh, that's low. That's a ball.
And so far, really just the fastball that's been working for us there. Which is fine, but would like to see a little bit more swing and miss on those breaking
No,
pitches.
that's a ball.
Especially the slider.
No, he's in there.
I mean, phenomenal defensive play there just to break, just to
Done.
get to that ball.
Joey Wiener.
Hey,
But you really want that to be at least one out. All right, so now the double play is in order. Looking for maybe a slider or a changeup to get that.
That's a ball. 1-1. That's a ball.
Just no one is biting on it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball.
Really close pitch there. Uh-oh. That one just filleted out into left field. Brown throws it to home, stops the runners, but Milwaukee starts us off with 1 run on the board. Still 2 batters on and only 1 out. Milwaukee's a good team. Maybe not Rangers good, but after losing badly at home to the Rangers in last episode, it does kind of make you worry a little bit how this one's going to end up.
That's the ball.
Rogers with a with a much-needed strikeout.
The left fielder, Sal.
If we can leave two stranded, that would be, I think, a really good result. But really bad for Rogers' pitch count here. Already over 40 pitches, and we're not even through the 3rd inning. Torkelson on the run is able to snag that for the 3rd out, but the A's are down. Now only down 1, and we know we have a potent offense, so not too concerned, but you know, Bilek's only had 16 pitches through 2. It's being very efficient. We need to work his pitch count. We've had some good rips at the baseball. We've had some good swings, just not finding grass. Barger pulls that one, but right to the first baseman. Way over the top of that. I'm surprised we even made contact. Again, good defense. Sliding grab from the 3rd baseman. The throw's made. And another ground ball on a fastball. We are not elevating the ball at all. I mean, looking at where we barreled that, I mean, that looks pretty much dead on, but we finally get a runner on. Now let's see if we can do something with it. Alex Verdugo's a good one to get him across. Hitting very well this year.
1-1.
Stats kind of indicate there. 3rd on the team in doubles.
No, that's down. Ball.
And he bites on the sinker. Out number 3. All right. Trevor Rogers back working again. We've really only seen the fastball be very effective. Lay down a bunt. Good defense from Rogers. Is able to snag that one and make the throw to first. But we've got to be able to throw something else besides a fastball. Okay. We get a strike on the changeup. Good defense from Noda there at first. Took me a second there to remember who we had there because of all the substitutions and then, of course, the injury at the start of the game. Really want this slider to be the put-away pitch, but it's just not there today. No one's offering on it. But like I said, fastball's been good. 2nd or 3rd strikeout, I think, there for Rogers. We go 1, 2, 3, quick inning. And the fact that Ahmed Rosario doesn't have a hit when we've seen 3 fastballs just pipe down the middle is Bielek really challenging us. And we just keep hitting ground balls to the infield. Really struggling to elevate the ball. I mean, these are fast. It's not like they're sinkers, changeups. I mean, that looks like a good hit to me. There it is. Jorge Soler showing him at these young guns how it's done. Showcasing that Soler power. 101 off the bat. Goes 381 feet. And the A's tie it up in the 4th. Given where the ball hit on the bat compared to other swings we've taken, maybe that one a little less deserving a home run, but eventually luck will find you if you just are consistent. And maybe that's just what the A's are missing a little bit, is just a little bit of luck. That one just a bad swing, strike, or a ball way below the zone. Went fishing for that and kind of deserved that ground ball. Fresh game here for Trevor Rogers as we're tied 1-1. He's been pitching pretty well. But again, really looking for something off speed to be effective. I guess that could be effective. That could be considered effective. But, you know, when you got a 5 pitch mix? When you have a 4 pitch mix, you want to use all 4 of those pitches effectively. And Milwaukee, suffering from the same itch that we have. Ground ball after ground ball. Carlson's going to give this one a really good right out to left. Not the best versus righties, but that one manages to bounce off the top of the wall. And that's what we need. We have the power. We're just not elevating the pitches. Ooh, that one gets past the first baseman. Barger trying to leg it out and cannot. The throw beats him, but he does get the runner over to third.
The third baseman.
That one is sinker, so kind of understandable why that one's a ground ball. Good slider in on the black. And Torkelson's going to give this one a good ride. Not quite to the warning track, but that's an easy sacrifice fly.
Now batting, the catcher, Tyler.
And the A's take the lead. Oh my God. Right back at Bielek, who just ducks for cover. Soderstrom trying to take him out of the game very early by taking off his damn head. Could we have a little 2-out rally here?
No, that's down. Ball.
Verdugo 0 for 2 on the day. And not anymore. It is high. It is deep. And it is gone. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, go get your tickets. Next stop, Pound Town. Home run for Verdugo.
No, that's up.
360 feet out into right field. A 2-run shot. Now the A's up 3. This is what we were looking for. Like I said, we were not elevating the ball. A lot of that action.
Got it.
Rosario suffers from it. A ground out. But finally, damage done. And now we just need...
Leading off for Milwaukee, the second baseman, Bryce Terang.
We need Rogers to continue to pitch well.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Finally get a swing and miss there on an off-speed pitch.
Ball.
But that slider just not working today. Little blooper out into left field. Brown's able to get it quickly. So despite the good speed,
It's 0-1.
it is only a single. But followed up with another hard hit ball out into center field. And very quickly, Rogers is in a bit of trouble. Now a lefty-lefty matchup, which would favor Rogers. Got to think the slider is good in this spot, and it is. We finally get a swing and miss on the slider low and away to the lefty. And that is going to score at least one high off the wall in left center. It's going to be a double and 2 RBIs. Milwaukee now within 1 run, and I think we got to dip into the bullpen. Get a righty and a lefty moving up. Yeah, that fastball was just middle. No surprise there
1 ball, no
that one was hit very hard.
strikes.
I think one of his really true mistake pitches of the game.
Ball, low.
Brings that one up to 97 to get by. Now 2 outs with that strikeout. And that was much needed
0-1.
considering the position we're in.
Ball.
Uh-oh. Will they test the arm of Brown? They will. A good throw from Brown to Soderstrom. The tag is made. Good defense from our veteran outfielder there. A great throw to home. Saves the run, ends the inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
And we will look to our bullpen.
Number 47, John Means.
Looks like going to a righty would be the play in this situation. Tyler Wells having a tough year, but we'll trust him. We'll go and schedule him into the game. See if he can work through maybe the 7th, maybe the 8th. He is a long reliever, so he does have that ability
0-1.
to work through multiple innings. Seth Brown puts a good swing on that one, but not nearly as proficient at hitting lefties as he is righties. Gives it a good run out to right field, but
Ball.
is eventually caught. Soler, though, 2 for 2 on the day and very good against lefties. swings through that one. John Means, very good veteran pitcher. I think he's a veteran, right? Yeah, 33 years old. Now working, it looks like, in the long relief role. Slayer's going to reach out and poke that one out of the right field. We got a close game, and we really needed these base runners. We do hit lefties, typically a lot better than righties. Ooh, probably not the best swing from Noda. Fillets that one out into left field. Not hard hit and caught. I mean, outside of his timing, he barreled it up pretty well. But Dylan Carlson, very good against lefties. And if that one's fair, it's gone! Wait, did that not hit the foul pole? Did that not hit the foul pole? Wait a second. Oh, just missed. I don't know. Oh, I saw it bounce off the wall, I guess. Okay, that wasn't nearly as close as I thought it was. But a warning shot there from Dylan Carlson. Oh, get through. Fuck. Go from hitting an opposite field home run to an opposite field little dribbler.
Your attention, please.
All right.
Now pitching.
Tyler Wells coming out.
Wells.
Pretty much the right-handed version of Trevor Rogers, who we just pulled. Similar pitch mix, but just the righty. Ooh, the slider working for Wells, though, today. Sets down the batter with a wild swing.
That's the ball. Outside. Nope, ball.
Missing on the first two pitches here against Eric Brown Jr. 26-year-old righty, 79 overall. Having a good year, hitting .333 with a matching on-base percentage. And that cutter is crushed. Out into center field. 99 off the bat. And already Milwaukee has a tying run on first. And this could be the double play. And it is. Tyler Wells gets through the seventh unscathed.
For the traditional seventh inning.
Do we keep him out there? Looks like keeping a righty would be the move. It is a very close game, so we are going to warm up our closer, Luther Hanna. Looks like he finally gave up a run. Up to this point, he had a 0 ERA. But unless the A's can score some runs, like a lot of them quickly, we are going to see our closer come out and see what he is capable of. Good at bat from Barger, working into a 3-1 count. Looking for a challenge pitch down the middle. We get one, and he misses. Very late on 92, and a diving catch made in foul territory by the left fielder.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Frustrating.
Torkelson.
Torkelson, 99 power versus lefties, looking to rip that curveball out of here, but Gets a fastball to hit instead. It's high and deep, opposite field, and it is off the top of the wall. Inches away from a home run, surely. But it is a stand-up double with one out. We have Tyler Soderstrom, 2 for 2 on the day. Beautiful, beautiful curveball from Means there. Absolutely dotted low and away to Soderstrom. Oh, and Soderstrom's going to foul out way under the fastball. John Means looking like he did in his youth. Is able to get through the inning without the A's scoring a run. 8 hits apiece for each team, but only 1 run difference. Wells out for the top of the 8th.
That's inside, ball.
We know in this ballpark, very hitter friendly. Pretty much anyone can hit a home run here. So we have to be very cautious.
Ball.
That fastball is dangerous. Leaks out, middle of the plate. But we get the strike up on the circle change. Great pitch from Wells. The off-speed pitch gets the swing and miss. And holy shit, that looked like that was going to be a home run. 85 right down the pipe is not what you're looking for. Which is why Wells started the year in our rotation and is now a long reliever because of missed pitches like that and that. I feel like we're living on borrowed time right now. Dangerous pitches from Wells. Can't be missing like that. Count is even, and we get a swing and miss on a nasty slurve. Reminiscent of that John Means curveball. Just absolutely dotted. 2 batters down, 1 more to go. Wells content with just throwing very hittable pitches. I guess we're going to say that he's very confident. I'm not. Another fastball right down the middle. Thankfully, that changeup results in a ground ball. It was a very hittable pitch. We are going to move into the 9th, batting with a 1-run lead. And it's tempting to actually go with the lefty here. Hannah would start out with low stamina. And we're facing back-to-back righties who don't hit lefties very well. So let's go with Jojo Romero, our lefty closer from last year, who was phenomenal last year and then could not replicate the same success this year, so was replaced with Luther Hanna. This one is going to fall out in right field. Hit just softly enough. Late, just late on the 92 in. We have a runner on with good speed. Oh my God, Seth Brown misses. Very, very hittable pitch. But don't mind the swing. But Soler having a massive day, 3 for 3 with 1 home run already.
No, he's safe.
I think a double for Soler would easily be a run across for Rosario.
Steal.
Swing and miss from Soler, but excuse me? Can I challenge that? I can't. The live view, I did not see an out. Okay, yeah. Out by a few inches. Soler reaches out for that high fastball. 0-2 count.
Ball. Ball up.
Doesn't chase those two. Now works the count even.
Full count.
3 straight balls. Giggity. Had to swing at that one to protect, but is under it. We are going to go into the top of the 9th up by 1 run.
Please.
Jojo Romero comes in.
Jojo Romero.
Throws absolute gas. Has the sinker to work out of trouble. And the first batter goes down on a little blooper that Noda's able to run under. Now facing Ty France.
That's the ball. 1-0.
Get the grounder on the sinker.
Got him.
2 outs quickly. Let's see if we can make it a 3. Going lefty against Garrett Mitchell.
No, that missed. That's the ball. 1-1. Outside. That's the ball.
Trying to work that slider away.
Full count.
Doesn't bite. Cannot let a base runner on. And we do not. Sinker gets a swing and the miss. A's win a close one. Jorge Soler winning player of the game, 3 for 4 with a home run. Trevor Rogers gets the win. Went 6 innings with 7 hits, 3 earned, 4 strikeouts. Not the greatest outing, but a solid one. All right, so the results are in, and Curtis Mead pulled his shoulder. He's going to be out for 1 to 2 weeks. We'll put him on the 10-day. And what does that mean for our lineup? I think what that means is Ryan Noda is going to come in and play first base. Torkelson will move over to third. And we need to hope for no more injuries. Okay, so we finally win a series here in the month of August as we take 2 games from Milwaukee. Now I've won 3 in a row. Let's see if we can make it 4. We do not. Okay. But at least we win the series. Hopefully that puts us back on track We are now 4th in the division. And this truly has lived up to the title of this video, The Fall from Grace. We are just really taking a tumble downhill, and I am not sure what's going on. Still first in batting average, runs, hits, doubles, third in home runs, first in RBIs. So what is it? First in slugging, first in on base. Jesus. What's going on here? Fielding percentage, 16th. ERA, 15th. Are we just blowing saves? We're tied for 10th, but I mean, the difference between 10th and 1st is only a few blown saves. Hits allowed. I mean, why are we allowing a bunch of runs? Don't have enough color on the team? What the hell are you talking about? Hispanic, right? No. Okay. Hispanic. Maybe you're right. Nah. We got some color on the team. We don't look like a box of crackers. Like a sleeve of saltines. We got some color. All right. Facing Philly. Looks like a very good team. 73-55. Do start off with a win. Back-to-back wins. So we know we're going to win the series versus Philly. Ooh, Anthony K. Out for 1 to 2 months. It's not good for our AAA ball club. We'll put him on the 15-day. Do they need another reliever? No. Move Sean Newcomb down into the middle relief role. He's having a shit year anyway. Okay. We need to go on a run. Let's see how we do against Washington. Jesus. All right, so Mead's no longer injured. Switch our lineup back. Okay. Why can we not beat? We can't even beat Washington. It was only won 57 games. It's not ideal. Seattle, this is huge. Interdivision series. And we get swept by Seattle. Jesus. Now 4th in the division, 5.5 games back out of 1st. And now we are 1 game out of the wild card. What the hell is happening to this team? We cannot win a game. Who do we have for starters in AAA? I don't think Matsui comes up and does actually very well. I don't think he's quite ready for the majors. I think he gets shelled. Gunner certainly would get destroyed. Roscoe actually might be okay. But my two of my worst pitchers are two of my better rated players on the entire team. All right, here we go versus Boston. Loss and a win. Shit. Another bad month of baseball for the club. We only win 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games. We only win 12 games out of 27. Less than ideal. Curse myself with the title. Okay, well, next episode we will have September call-ups, and we will be fighting for our place in the wild card. We're only one game back. We've been in much worse positions, but we have September call-ups, and we may have to take a look at moving some of these starters around. We have 2 90-plus overall pitchers, and they suck. I mean, Arias isn't bad, but 10-10 record's not ideal. Grayson Rodriguez has just been terrible, and I have no idea why. He's striking out a shit ton of batters. Over 10 Ks per 9. Not the worst home runs. He's just walking a lot. His FIP is low. Like, I think, is he just incredibly unlucky? He might just be getting really unlucky. I don't know. But that will be it for this episode. Really heartbreaking to see us. I mean, as the title suggests, the fall from grace. We can still hit the ball really, really well, apparently, but our pitching is just letting us down. Which really, it's like, I don't see him. Okay, so 8 runs here. Or no, that was us. So we give up 9 here. Like, we give up 8. Like, a lot of these, it's not like we're giving up a ton of runs on a lot of them. But, like, we have the best hitting team in the majors. And we can't score 1 run. Can't score 1 run here. Or 2. Really frustrating. All right, we got 1 month to turn around. We'll see how we do. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.